Good morning. It's Saturday, and we've woken up at Hockland Beach here in Lofoten. And we were actually behind the green berm you see in the distance that wasn't working out for us, so we've moved down here. And we're going to be doing our first official Lofoten hike today. And there's a road that was originally built, I don't know, back in the 30s, I believe, to go from one village to the other, and it runs around the I don't know, around the bay, I guess, and out to a point. There were so many problems with it. With landslides and weather, it was dangerous. It's how the kids went to school. So I think in the late 90s there was a tunnel put through the mountain, and now the road is maintained as a hiking spot. We'll take you along. As I was talking about earlier, this is our first official Lofoten activity out hiking. And no, we're not going to the top of that. We're just going to go around the side. It's a great example of the lichen that's found in the Arctic. You know, from the looks of things, you'd want to go snorkeling. It's hard to believe it's 45 degrees. Tide's out too. Hope the land's stable. Pretty sheer cliffs, that's for sure. It was so windy I'll have to voice over on this track, but this particular mountain feature reminds me so much of Half Dome in Yosemite. Looking over to the other side of the bay. I think we came around that point too, or maybe through a you know what? Not true. We came through a tunnel, which is just about underneath that snow. And then to the left. Carpet on top of boulders. I don't know if I can catch this, but there's about 3 different currents playing washing machine with each other here. We got the swells coming in from the left. I don't know if that's tide going out. There's a big opposing swell. Wow, all the way around. We did it. Now we have to get back. There's some people walking around down there. Give you some more scale. I do believe this is the end of the trail. Hockland, English. The Utakleave Tunnel of 1998, growing local pressure from the local population for measures to make the road and school children safe. Best option was to build a tunnel from Hockland. Their demands were finally heard in 1998. The present 900-meter long road tunnel is complete. The people of Utakleave expressed their heartfelt gratitude to Levmo, the former regional director for roads. We did it. If you're interested, I have on my new hiking boots. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear in the wind. New hiking boots, got 511 pants on, which are extremely windproof. Then t-shirt, sweatshirt, fleece, down vest, my rain hat, rain jacket, earmuffs, gloves. So straight across, a red building, two little red buildings, and the bigger white building, then an expanse of green. Just to the left of the white building is the where the tunnel comes through that we saw from the other side where we're camped up. Up there. That's too bad because I'm out of batteries. Good morning, everybody. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. We are at Hockland. We've been for a couple of days, and it is, oh my goodness, incredibly wonderful. So 2 nights, it's paid camping, but it's off season, so there's nobody to collect the money. So it's a regular campground for free, toilets and garbage, so we're able to keep everything current. And we went on this wonderful hike yesterday, just under 6 miles, I guess, round trip. Went around the mountain. It was the original road that's been replaced by a tunnel. So good exercise, great views, good content. We'll have that up. We'll probably see it before this anyway. So last night, fell asleep early, 9:30. Was going to just be a nice evening. There were a few other campers with us in the area. And around 2:30 in the morning, the youngsters came by in their car, rolled the windows down, blasted the music, honked the horn, and sped off into the night, which left all the old people sitting up in bed wondering, well, now what? So anyway, slept in till like 10:30, had breakfast, and we're just getting ready to get on the road. Gonna take the famous Highway 815. It hugs the shoreline. It's gonna be a slow drive. We have nothing else to do today, so we'll see what it brings. We just fueled up at Lefke. Is that how it is? Lefke, where we got same place we got pizza. Nice fueling station. It was only $9 a gallon. And we're now on the 815, which is kind of a back road, but everybody says it takes about the same time as the E10. So it's supposed to be very gorgeous. You'll see coming into view, cut off in the distance, the big snow-covered mountains. We just keep going further north, and the snow level, maybe those are clouds, I can't tell. There's one cap cloud on top of that mountain, that's for sure. So again, Mother's Day, we're just touring around, looking for a great place to have our next meal, I guess. Look at the mountains in the distance. Oh, no, that didn't work so well. Sorry, folks, hit the wrong lever. Very interesting looking skyline there. This is an interesting shot here. You can look at the boulders on the left as we're passing, and they're twice as high as the van. And these are the tiny ones. I was telling Debbie earlier, we saw boulders yesterday that are too big to be lifted by anything that probably any cranes that we have today. And how you would get the webbing around to lift, I just don't even know how you'd do it. They're just giant. You have to drill holes and blow them to bits. We're on the 815, which, and now I forgot how to pronounce the name again of the town where we got pizza and gasoline. But this is really a must-do if you come to Lofoten, kind of on the southern third of the chain of islands. The 815 drive is just spectacular and highly recommended. What color would you say? That's kind of a mustard? Mustard colored sort of seaweed in a very pink van. Here's a village that you can actually get a feel for, I think, out of the lens. You know, a couple of farms. I guess probably they're all farms at some level. There's a little community where everybody knows everybody. For generations, probably. Park by phone, get to pay. That ought to be fun.
Easy park.
We've stopped in the village of Henningsaver. There's a museum perhaps. It's an active fishing village. It's a good map that shows a little red dot, Henningsaver. We started here at the bottom. We've worked our way up. Pizza, Leknes. We came across, we did the 218 this way, back on the E10, and then zipped out that way. It was a beautiful, beautiful ride. So we're heading into town. Sea eagles. And I think we saw one on our walk, and the battery was dead, and I was too slow, and all the other things that happen when you miss the shot.
All I can say about this is it's definitely low tide, and it looks like there's probably a 12-foot tide swing here. Those sure look like human molars to me. Chips and a sausage for lunch for me. Here we go. Lunch. And chips. And a cute little map of where we are. My assumption is that's the fire escape. Don't slip. It was an old boathouse, perhaps. Things seem to be in the way. It's definitely slipped. It's quite a comm tower, but they've done such an excellent job. We've got 4 or 5 bars of 4G here, so they've really rolled it out, even to these way out of the way places. Many racks of cod drying for the Italians, which I guess I should follow up. That the Italians are one of the biggest purchasers of dry cod, and yet when we were there, I never saw hide nor hair of it for sale as a staple. Looks like a maritime service facility. Big slices of granite boulder. This is the harbor inlet and a bridge going over the top. I assume, I don't know how there can be a bridge with the boulders. We'll let you know. So it may have been a harbor inlet at one time, but it looks like these are all stacked up. So you must have to go around, I suspect, to the right. But this is all man-made, I believe. So we're going to the famous stadium that you see in all the great Lofoten pictures. At least now we know where all the potholes have been hidden at. Okay, so there's a lot to consider here. Number one, the sign is in English. Number two, who would want to? So we're at the famous Lofoten soccer field, and when you see videos, YouTube, otherwise Facebook posts about this, they always make it sound like there's no place else in the entire Lofoten island area that could house this, but there are farms 10 times this size elsewhere, so it's kind of misleading. We're gonna see if we can get to the top of the hill there and get our imitation drone shot. Look at the sky. It's been a great day weather-wise too. We've had no rain. Beautiful shot, Lofoten, Norway, on Mother's Day. So I've put my 2-legged drone up. I was hoping for a little more. Here it is, folks, the famous Lofoten soccer field. And that's all I got. Behind me is private property, and I can't get any higher. And this is where I slip coming down the soggy mountain in my dress shoes, because I didn't know where we were. So if you're looking at the drawing in number 7 and then into number 16, in 1930, in the early 30s, there was just a canal that went between two islands, and then there was a project to fill in between the two islands. It created the harbor. So Debbie's got the specifications on it, and we'll put that in as a text above the video. Probably the biggest slipway we've seen in Norway so far. You see, everybody needs a good piece of I-beam. I saw the van in the distance and I thought, somebody moved the windows. But you know what those are? Vents, probably for a refrigerator. There it is. There they are. What's it all for?
Because there's spoon in the glass.
Tinkling of the unwashed dishes in the sink.
Yes.
Now everyone will know. Actually, there's a spoon and a glass. It's really not like a pile of unwashed dishes. Okay, fingers crossed there's room at the inn. That I don't miss the turn.
No.
Oh, you say that.
Yeah. It's not.
Okay, alright. Well, I wasn't gonna have to backtrack 8 miles. We've missed him before. Okay, which way? What are we, up here?
No, yeah.
Here's the bent over sign. Nothing from 8 to 2300. Wow. None? Oh, there is electricity.
Try to get in the center.
Yeah. If I went on the other side, or do you want to be?
That would be alright.
I was going to back in.